Friends, welcome to Holy Trinity Catholic Church, where we believe, belong, and become. Clearance, reverence, perseverance. Clearance, reverence, and perseverance. As we come to the tail end of the liturgical year, on this Sunday, the readings invite us to reflect upon the kind of clearance we need as Christians and the reverence we need to manifest and the perseverance we need to maintain. Clearance in the sense of eliminating those things that does not belong to us, that does not belong to Jesus, so that we are prepared for the coming of the Lord in the eschaton. And we prepare for the end times, the eschaton, as we prepare for them right now, here and now. Soren Kierkegaard, a Danish philosopher, uses this parable. Once there was a theater in which multiple shows were going one after the other, and each show, each stage show was better than the other. And the audience, the spectators in the theater, were so lost into watching the performances of each team, each character. It built in them a kind of deep lost into the play. And people were enjoying every bit of it. But at one point, the theater owner comes onto the stage and says, "Attention, everyone, you all need to leave the theater right now because the theater is on fire." Guess what people did? They thought it was part of the plot. They thought it was even more interesting and even more creative when he said the theater is on fire, and they considered it was part of the plot or the drama or the play. No one paid attention even to his continued request to leave the theater, only to realize that they were burnt to death as the entire scaffolding and the theater came down in massive fire, consuming everyone. And Soren Kierkegaard says, our age sometimes goes down in a fiery blaze because we are lost in everyone else's business. The first reading today is remarkable in its brevity. The day of the Lord is going to be a fiery, blazing furnace, like a form of spontaneous combustion. It ignites the chaff. The ungodly are the stubble who will be totally consumed. Those who mind everyone else's business. The upright, those who live here and now with endurance, will persevere, will rise majestically and shine like the sun. The brevity of this text is not in the way it is written, but in the message that it conveys. In the second reading, Paul shows himself as the example of how to live a Christian disciple. He says people can learn from him, see what he does. First, he says that he had not acted in a disorderly fashion, which is a great challenge for most of us. Two, he has not presumed on the hospitality of others. He has not taken the hospitality of the Thessalonian community for granted. Three, his manner of living and working among the Thessalonians was not a financial burden. He worked himself. Then finally, he says, he corrects the situation that existed within the community of Thessalonica. He said, some of them were acting as busybodies, not concerning about themselves, but with everyone else's business. That isn't the way we prepare for the end times, for the eschaton. Here and now, am I taking care of the self, my preparedness. And in the gospel, we see how Jesus was asked how this temple was adorned with votive diamonds and ornaments and all the facade that it was endorsed with and adorned with. And Jesus says, not a stone on this will remain. Jesus addresses the situations that would continue not only in the temple of Jerusalem, but in the world. It is a sign that points to a deeper reality. We may not always recognize that, understand it easily, because this is the eschaton, which already is happening now, but pointing us to that will something which will happen in the future. The already and not yet. This is the swing, the pendulum within which we live our lives. The work of the Lord is happening already here and now, but it is a path to show to what is yet to come. The day of the Lord. Good will be ultimately victorious. Those who are not concerned about everybody else's business, like busybodies. Disruptions will lead to salvation. Jesus says, when you see these wars and insurrections, famines and calamities, do not be alarmed. That should happen. It's a sign of purification. We will be protected even in the midst of pain. God comes to us not to condemn, but to save. This is the process of ongoing purification, refinement. We live with patient endurance and carry on our works diligently and not concerned about everyone else's business, which is so easy for us to do. And in this process, we not only become a burden, but work diligently and conscientiously. Both the society and the natural world will be radically transformed when we live this eschaton here and now with a hope to the future. We live our lives transformed, purified, and live them as if it is happening right now. The eschaton, the end times purification, as Christians, we live our lives right now as we look forward to the eschaton, the fulfillment of times. We live with the desire to be purified and transformed even now with a hope to the future. And that is how we persevere and secure our lives as Jesus concludes the gospel. By your perseverance, you will secure our lives. You will secure your lives, but by perseverance. As we come to the tail end of the liturgical year, let us talk about this clearance. Reflect on this clearance we need to have in our hearts, the purification. So, the reverence we need not only for the temple of Jerusalem, but for our temple of our bodies, and persevere and secure our lives. Father Praveen Lakisetti, here at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you and God bless.